This is your girl, Tawana, aka Miss.com, and it's been a minute since I've done a face-to-face video. So now you get to put a face with the voice. So I hope you guys are doing great. If you clicked on this video, that means that you are searching for planner peace, or you're new to planning and you're trying to decide, where do I start? So I have been a paper planner since 2019, I think 2019, 2020. So I consider myself fairly new, but seasoned enough to kind of understand most of the things. There are still certain planning styles that I am not that familiar with. I have just started dabbling into the digital planning, so let's see how it goes. For me, this video is going to be more focused on paper planning. I'm gonna be honest and very transparent. I've tried the digital planning. I feel like it takes me longer to get things together on the digital planner than it does just writing it down. It is a lot more convenient in regards to when I'm traveling, especially if I'm traveling and I'm only taking one bag and I have a limited amount of space. I can just stick my tablet in there because I can use that tablet for multiple things. So in that essence, it was cool. But like for overall like life planning every day, it has not become my go-to. It has become a aid and something that I use to plan with while I'm traveling. But okay. So is there such thing as planner peace? There is most definitely a thing called planner peace, but first you have to get real with yourself. The way that if you're a planner and that you've been planning and you just feel like you're in a rut, sometimes we have to evaluate what has changed in our life. Are our habits changing? Are the things that we need to plan for changing? If so, then more than likely we probably need to remix our planning style and our planning habits. So for me personally, I look at my planner every day. I carry my planner with me in my purse. I carry a classic size Happy Planner. My planner is a complete mashup. And in this series, there will be a video talking about my particular planner, kind of doing a flip through. Okay. I was just looking in the back just to see. So sorry about that. Downstairs, not upstairs in my room. So before you go out and buy all the things that you've seen on Instagram and YouTube, and you want a planner just like your friend's planner, get a piece of paper and a pen and jot down all the things that you are going to be planning for. So some ideas are birthdays, holidays, paydays, when bills are due, any habits that you want to track, to-do lists, projects, deadlines. Those are things that you want to keep in mind when you're figuring out what type of planner you should be using. Is this a planner that you want to be able to carry around with you? Is this a planner that you want strictly for work? Or is this a planner that you want for work and home? Is this a planner that's just going to stay at the job? Is this a planner you're going to carry in your purse? Or are you going to keep it at your desk? Is it going to be a combination of the two? Do you write large? Do you write small? These are all questions that you should ask yourself before you purchase anything. Don't go out and pick up the first thing that you see or the new shiny toy, because it may not work for you. Trust me, I have tried several different planners and planning styles, and I realized even from last year to this year, my planning style has changed because there are things that I am no longer planning for. If you have kids, you know, and they play sports, or they have after school activities or projects and all of those things, and those are things that you want to plan for, keep that in mind as well. That should also go down on your list as well. You also want to think about, once you get all of that jotted down, you want to like leave space on your paper to write down what else, or how frequently, well, how frequently do you want to plan for those particular things? And what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop in. It's great to see you guys and talk to you face to face, but I think it'll help to actually see it. So once I get done talking, what I'll do is I'll do an example on a piece of paper so you can kind of get a visual as to what I'm saying. So for me, I track my paydays. I also keep birthdays, not really holidays, special events. I'm trying to think, what else did I put on my monthly? So those are things that I am tracking and keeping track of monthly. Hair appointments, all of those things. Those are things that have to be done monthly. To-do list, those are things that I am planning for monthly, weekly, and daily. So that one particular item, I need to make sure that I pick a planner that has space for me to have checklists of things that I need to do once a month, things that I need to do each week, and things that need to be done daily. So that's what I mean with understanding what you need to plan for to determine what type of planner that you need. There are monthly planners out there that only come with just the calendar. So you'll just get the monthly calendar and note sheets, and that's it. There are planners that just have weeks. There are planners that just have individual daily sheets. And then there are planners that have both the monthly layout and then also have a weekly layout. There are some that have a monthly layout and a daily layout. So you have to determine what you're going to be planning for, how often you need to plan for it, and the amount of space that you're going to need for planning for those. I say to also take into consideration how large you write, because planners come in a variety of sizes. That's also going to be a video in this series as well. A little short, sweet one. But you need to determine. So for me personally, I write large. Like, can I show? Yeah, I can show you this. So for me, this is a sheet. It's a note sheet that came out of a monthly planner. So it was just a monthly layout, and then it was just sheets that you can kind of use for checklists. So if you can zoom on it, see how big the lines are, but you see how large I write. So a smaller planner, so if we got one that was half the size, this is all the space that you're going to have to work with. My handwriting is too large for that. So a planner that small, while it would benefit me in the aspect of, hey, I can carry it in my purse, it'll be easier to carry around with me. How efficient and how effective am I going to be in that planner if I'm using 3 sheets for every day because I write so large? Am I really going to turn the page to look at the rest of the to-do items that I have or the other appointments? So that's why I say you want to take all of those things into consideration. I'm a person, I carry my planner with me as well as keep it on my desk. So in the morning, my planner is on my desk. When I leave the house, it's closed up and it goes in my bag. So my planner can't be super large because, granted, I take that back. I carry a very large pocketbook most of the time. I carry a tote bag. So the larger size planners necessarily wouldn't be an issue for me, but if you're someone who you write large, you're going to be planning for a multiple of things. You want to make sure that your planner is going to fit in your purse and you're not carrying an extra big bag. So I always say, I feel like the classic or an A5 size is kind of that happy medium. It's large enough for those of us who write really big, but it's also small enough for you to throw in your purse and go, even if you're carrying like a small crossbody. They usually fit in a file bag even. So those are all things to consider when you are looking to get started in paper planning, or you're in a rut in your planning. You just need a reset. Before you go buy anything, take those things into consideration. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys like this series. It was something I was just thinking about because I roped one of my friends into this paper planning thing, and those were the questions that I was asking her to make sure that I got her something that she was actually going to be able to use. So I will put in, towards the end of this video, just an example of what you need to write down. And I don't know if I'll do a separate, like, I'll probably just put a little insert. But in the description box, I'll write in the questions that you need to ask yourself and kind of go through before purchasing anything. So this series is called Planner Peace. I do have a couple of other series, Plan With Me's, that are decorative, functional kind of a mashup, because I am a functional planner, but I'm also a decorative planner. So the function comes first, the decoration is secondary, just as motivation and just something fun to look at in my planner besides my big old handwriting. But thanks for hanging out with me. You guys have a great day. Peace and blessings to you all. Love up on yourself, and don't forget to love up on those who love you back.